Welcome to the ITSM Practice Podcast.
Welcome to the ITSM Practice Podcast. I'm Luigi Ferro. Before we begin today's episode, I want to say thank you. The ITSM Practice Podcast has just reached 10,000 downloads. That's 10,000 moments of shared learning between practitioners who care about elevating the craft of IT service management and security. I'm deeply grateful for your trust, and I will keep earning it. Now, let's face a hard truth together. Why do mature ITSM programs, the ones that already succeed, still fail? We have all seen it. An organization implements or adopts ITIL, stabilizes operations, aligns with the business, and celebrates the milestone. Then, over time, the energy fades. Processes still exist, reports still run, but improvements stops. What happened? According to a practical guide to service management provides the structure to harmonize frameworks, methods, and standards to deliver value. When that harmony fractures, when ITSM becomes an island, even the most mature systems start to corrode from within. The dangerous myth is that maturity equals sustainability. It doesn't. Maturity without evolution is stagnation disguised as success. Ask yourself, if your chief information officer left tomorrow, would your ITSM program survive the next budget cycle? One of the leading causes of mature ITSM failure is the loss of executive sponsorship. Early on, leadership is excited. Dashboards are reviewed. Results are celebrated. Then other priorities appear, and ITSM becomes yesterday's project. Without leadership advocacy, service management loses political capital. It becomes a compliance exercise rather than a strategic enabler. Once that shift happens, improvements stops. Not because people don't care, but because no one's asking for it anymore. Here is another uncomfortable truth, or an uncomfortable question. Do your ITSM objectives still make sense in today's business context? Over time, ITSM programs lose sharpness. Goals like improve user experience or increase service quality sound good, okay, but they are too vague to guide real decisions. And as a practical guide to service management reminds us, what gets measured gets managed, and what you measure is what will be produced. When objectives blur, metrics lose meaning. And when metrics lose meaning, teams disengage. A mature process that's no longer tied to business outcomes quickly becomes a ritual, not a result. Next question. Is your ITSM process still relevant in an era of automation and AI? Many mature ITSM programs were designed for a slower world. One built around manual escalations, rigid workflows, and static SLAs. But today's digital reality demands speed, adaptability, and self-healing operations. If your processes haven't evolved, they are already behind. You can't claim maturity when the business moves faster than your change process. You can promise agility if every improvement needs 3 approvals and 2 committees. A mature ITSM system must reinvent itself just as often as the technology it governs. And now we come to the hardest part, the cultural wall. Do your people see ITSM as a value creation or as a bureaucratic control? And let's be blunt. You can have world-class tooling, pristine process documentation, and ITIL certified staff, and still fail if culture rejects it. Research from the Harvard Business Review points out that many organizations talk loudly about changing culture through slogans and campaigns, yet their systems, incentives, and governance remain the same. The louder the talk, the more performative it becomes. HBR emphasizes that culture doesn't change through posters or workshops. Culture gets changed by doing real work in line with the new strategy, governance, and systems. In ITSM terms, that means culture shift only when your processes, decision rights, and rewards align with the mindset you claim to promote. When you prize control over collaboration, you teach people that compliance matters more than value. When you reward firefighting, you signal that chaos is acceptable, even heroic. When leaders say, "We'll come back to ITSM later," they silently declare that structure is optional. This is how culture kills maturity, quietly, invisibly, and from the inside. And when culture resists ITSM, no framework can save it. So ask yourself, is your culture empowering your service management or suffocating it? So, how do you sustain maturity without letting it turn into inertia? 4 disciplines keeps ITSM alive. First, continual executive sponsorship. Keep leadership engaged and visibly accountable for outcomes. Second, evolving measurement. Redefine KPIs to reflect business agility, automation, and customer value. 3. Process renewal. Treat every technology or business shift as a change to simplify and optimize. Last one, continual improvement. Follows ITIL interactive cycle. Measure progress, not perfection. Sustainability is motion. Here is your takeaway checklist, your quick audit for ITSM longevity. Leadership. Is executive sponsorship still visible and active? Objectives. Are KPI measurable and aligned with the business outcomes? Processes. Have you updated the workflows for automation and AI royalties? Culture. Do teams see ITSM as a value creation, not red tape? Improvements. Is a continual improvement a living, breathing cycle, not a slide deck? If you hesitated on any of these, it's feedback. Refocus, realign, and reignite. So, thank you. You have been listening to the ITSM Practice Podcast with Luigi Ferri. Thanks for helping us reach 10,000 downloads and for being part of a community that never stops improving. Arrivederci.